Hi guys, Varun from Phone99 here, and guess what we got here? The all new Nexus 7 for an unboxing for you. And this is the Nexus 7. It just got announced a few days back or a couple of weeks back in the US, and we already managed to get one just for you for getting you an overview of what it looks like and how does it work. So this is the retail box itself, all new blue box. Nexus 7, the new one, is supposed to be slimmer, thinner and lighter, and the box also reflects the same. So here we have the old box. So for a comparison, and as you can see, it's a lot bulkier and thicker and slightly bigger as well. So the length wise it's probably almost the same, but the thickness is evident in the new box. So all the color scheme has changed as well. Considering this has a full HD, or rather even a better than a full HD display on the all new Nexus 7, 1920 by 1200 pixels on the new Nexus 7. So we'll show it to you. So this is the retail box. So this is the Wi-Fi only version. So there's nothing much on the outside. This is made by Asus. So this is the branding there, and on the back it says Wi-Fi 16 GB Nexus 7 FCC certified. It says percolate material, special handling might apply. I don't know what is this for. Something interesting there. Box is made of saw ink. So Asus branding there, and fairly minimal packaging there. So there's nothing else in there. So let's quickly check what else is on the box. So there are some specs right here. So you have 16 GB of storage, 2 gigs of RAM, DDR3, NFC, APQ8064 and all that. So let's talk about that once we open the box. So this is the Nexus 7 2013 edition by Google, made by Asus. So let's quickly get to it and unbox it. So last year there was a lot of fuss about the box being very hard to open. So this year it's a lot easier, and ours has already been opened by the customs. So but still it's a fresh unit. So as you can see, nice subtle branding there for Google. So let's open it up, and here it is, the Nexus 7, and all packed and ready to use. Wow, it just feels so incredibly light in the hands, and the display is so much narrower. It feels like almost like a phone, like the Xperia Z tablet in terms of the width. It's so much narrower than the old Nexus 7. Let's quickly get to you that in a second. So as you can see, the old Nexus 7 was a lot wider and shorter. This one is taller and a lot narrower. So let's put it on top of each other. So let's quickly put the tablet aside. As you can see, the front facing camera, the rear facing camera. So the Nexus branding and everything, pretty well designed it feels, and premium. So let's quickly put this aside for a second and take a look at the box contents. So let's quickly see what else is here in the box. So as you can see, there is some instructions as to how to power it on. It says turn the power button and hold for a few seconds, press it in a few seconds, and it says you have to charge it. And this is in something in French, same thing in French, and warranty, safety, guarantee and security. I don't know how you managed to put some French in I've seen Spanish in the US box, but not French. This is the first time I'm seeing. Probably this is made for Canada as well. So this is the USB cable, so standard USB cable. So this actually went on sale on Amazon for $229. This is a 16 GB version, and there's also a higher spec version, 32 GB. That's about $269 or something like that. So this is the Asus wall adapter. So that's pretty much what is there in the box. Nothing else fancy here. There's only a Wi-Fi version, so you don't get any SIM tool or anything. Probably the 3G version would get that. So let's quickly get back to the device. So let's quickly get rid of the plastic film on the outside, and before we will power it on first. Let's see where the power button is. So this is the power button here on the right side, on the top. So let's quickly give it a boot. It says long press, so we'll probably follow that. So it's powered on, so let's quickly get rid of the plastic on the outside. For that, let's quickly take a look at the boot sequence, seeing how fast it boots. So it booted up pretty quickly, considering it's powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon S4 Pro APQ8064. It's pretty fast for that. And let's quickly get rid of it before we take a look at the screen. So let's put that aside. So that's the beautiful, lovely screen there, full HD screen. For the first time on a Nexus device tablet. So this is a welcome screen. So let's quickly give you a tour of the hardware. So this is the 7-inch display, full HD display with 323 pixels per inch. It's scratch resistant Gorilla Glass, and you have a front facing camera on the top, 1.2 megapixel camera. And let's see what else is there. So let's set it up in a second. So feels really premium in the hands, and pretty nice feel on the back, the soft touch. We have dual speakers on the top and a split one on the bottom. So you have the Asus branding here, the Nexus branding. Pretty interesting that they've done it like on the sideways. It's not running across the breadth of the device. It's probably running lengthwise. So that's the Nexus branding there. It reminds us of the Nexus 10, but the Nexus 7 had it in a different fashion. It was like this. It was running across the device.
Screen until you hear a beep to enable accessibility mode.
That was interesting. So it says continue pressing the screen, considering this is sold in the US. I think they've kind of made it accessible for even visually impaired people. That's kind of nice. So let's quickly see what else is there on the back. So you have the 5 megapixel camera, autofocus camera, and you have the power lock switch on the right side, volume rocker, something like which looks like a microphone there, and that's about it. And on the top you have the 3mm audio jack, and what else? So you have the standard micro USB port, but in this case it's something called as a slim port, considering this device is incredibly thin. So this is a 7-inch tablet, and it's very much narrower and thinner and lighter than the previous generation Nexus 7. So as you can see, the thickness is barely about 8.65 millimeters, and it's nicely got this rounded kind of corners, so it's pretty nice to hold in the hand compared to the old bulky Nexus 7, which was also having these rounded edges, but it was too much thicker, so it didn't really feel as nice as the current new Nexus 7. So it's pretty light at just about 290 grams, pretty lightweight, and you can actually use it in one hand as a tablet, so which is pretty nice for a tablet. I can actually use it like this for browsing the internet, or it feels actually like, to be honest, it feels like a Kindle in terms of the dimensions and the weight. So that's the dimensions, and it packs actually a 3950 mAh battery on the inside, which is kind of mind-blowing considering it's pretty much thinner and lighter, but still it packs almost a 4000 mAh battery on the inside. So it also has a Qualcomm Snapdragon S4 Pro APQ8064 processor on the inside, quad-core chipset, and it has 2 gigs of RAM, up from 1 gig in the previous gen Nexus 7, and screen is just mind-blowing. So it's got a full HD screen, and the display brightness is kind of awesome. And the one bad thing though is that the screen is very reflective, but then that's probably a trade-off. So as you can see, we're watching YouTube video, and there's some video playing here, and we have some issues with the internet on YouTube, so the video isn't playing, but then you can get an idea of the clarity of the screen. It's So that's a single from Priyanka Chopra featuring Pitbull. Normally it's going to be other way around, but this is a different song. So we're just watching that on the screen, and it was just phenomenal to view it in such a light device. It just feels really well made. And guess what? Asus is promising 9 hours of battery life for active usage on this. And one great addition to the Nexus 7 is the addition of wireless charging. So you can actually put this on your, say, Nexus 4 charger or say a Lumia charger, and you can get this tablet to charge wirelessly without any cords attached to the micro USB. So let's quickly talk about the processor on the inside. So it's a Qualcomm Snapdragon S4 Pro clocked at 1.5 GHz, and it has an Adreno G320 GPU running at 400 MHz. So that's a pretty powerful chipset. Considering they were using an NVIDIA chipset Tegra 3 in the past on the previous Nexus 7, and Google has moved to Qualcomm chipsets for most of the devices now. So the Nexus 4, the Nexus devices from the Google Play Store all pretty much pack the Qualcomm Snapdragon processors now. So there is that, and you have dual band Wi-Fi, both 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz. 802.11 up to N. There's no AC support, sadly, but it's pretty decent for the price. It's a $229 tablet, so not asking for much. So the screen is probably the best part of the new Nexus 7, considering even the iPad mini does not have such a good display. Priced at about $329, $100 more, and still you get a really sad screen on the iPad mini. So here we have the all new Nexus 7 next to the iPad mini. As you can see, the iPad mini is a slightly larger tablet, 7.9 inches, but the display pixel density is really bad at just about 163 ppi, whereas the new Nexus 7 has 323 ppi in terms of the pixel density. So much of detail packed into a really small 7-inch screen. It has a 1920 by 1200 screen compared to just a 1024 by 768 pixel screen on the iPad mini. So this is only a Wi-Fi version, but there's going to be a 3G version or LTE version coming out soon. So this is the Wi-Fi version. There's going to be an LTE version as well, with probably all American LTE support and also European LTE support. Probably 3G would just work fine in India. So that's something you should keep your eyes on if you're looking for on-the-go usage for the Nexus 7. This is only a Wi-Fi model. I really wish we could get the 3G version. Interestingly, there seems to be an update, and already we just opened it, and this Nexus 7 was actually supposed to ship with Android 4.3 Jelly Bean. This is the first device actually. So let's check what is the version it's running. So the same arrangement. Left side pulls down the notification menu, the right side pulls down the settings. So let's quickly check the about screen. It's already running on 4.3. but still there's a new update coming in. So this is running on the build JWR66N. So there's a new update coming in. We'll install it and let you know what the exact build is for the new one. So this is a 16 gig version. There's also a 32 gig version. So so that's pretty much it of the Nexus 7. You got built-in GPS, accelerometer, ambient light sensor, and all that. You also have something special about the micro USB. This is a slim port. We are not really sure what it does or brings to the table, but we would probably do some research on that later. So, but this is the all new Nexus 7 2013 edition, and it's a really interesting device and looks really gorgeous and feels really nice in the hands too. So that was a quick unboxing of the all new Nexus 7. Do let us know what you want us to